What's going on, everyone? John here from The Real Talk, back at it again with another review, and that is for Annihilation, which I got to see last night. It's a new Alex Garland film, which he did Ex Machina before this. The cast includes Natalie Portman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Gina Rodriguez, Tessa Thompson, and Oscar Isaac. And first things first, no spoilers here, so if you guys are going to see it tonight, tomorrow, or this weekend, you guys are good on that front. But I am going to be doing a spoiler-filled review with my good buddy Zach Pope over on his channel. So link to his channel is going to be in the description down below. And check out his channel while you're there. Go sub to the guy. He has some great reviews, great content and insight on the films he reviews. He has early reviews as well. He just hit 1,000 subs, so congrats again, man. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We could get to my positives, my negatives, and all that stuff. But first things first, I have to say that I have to see this movie again before really diving in to the story of it and kind of, you know, I gotta process what I saw. That's something I'm going to use a lot in this review, that word process. And yeah, this movie is based on the book by Jeff Vandermeer by the same name. So there's that as well. So let's get to my review and my negatives. So first off, I have two really kind of negatives towards the movie. The movie, without spoiling anything, kind of does this whole, okay, this is the present, this is the past, and they kind of tell the story like that. So sometimes while doing that, okay, going back to the present or to the past, I feel like some of those scenes were kind of just sometimes unnecessary and messy, that whole little switching. But that's kind of a nitpick. The second thing also is that some of the plot lines kind of didn't go anywhere, but again, it is based on a book, like I said earlier, so they probably have a lot to tell, and they kind of, I know that some of those were necessary to kind of explain some of the characters' motivations in the film, but it would be nice to see kind of those plot points play out a little bit more. I know this movie has to be, you know, it can't be 4 hours, but a little bit more and kind of, you know, pay off at the end. But again, those were my two negatives. That's the only negatives I think I can find in the movie. So let's start off with my positives. So starting off with the positives, I have to mention Alex Garland, which I think he just continues to elevate the films that he does. Ex Machina was a really great little sci-fi film done by A24, I believe. When I first saw it, I wasn't really into it. I was just, okay, cool, this is a cool little movie, you know, a nice little twists and turns and stuff like that. But on the second, third time viewing it, I kind of, you know, was able to dive into it more, kind of process it a little bit more. Because so far that's what you have to do with his movies. So I really appreciated what he was trying to say and the message and the themes and stuff like that. But I don't like, I'm not saying I don't like the film, but I just don't hold it as high as some other people do. But yeah, with this movie, he was able to do it as well. He's able to use the visuals and the score to create some surprisingly tense moments, surprisingly horrific moments as well. And he was able to bring some great performances out of the cast, which I'm going to dive into a little bit. And yeah, just able to, because this story could have been boring. You know, there's some of the parts that have nothing to do with like the inside or what's going on, like the main part of the movie, that easily could have fallen flat, especially with the two main characters and their story, their love story and stuff like that. So I feel like he did a good job with that. So yeah, let's move on to the cast and the performances. Natalie Portman knocks it out of the park. I don't know if she's this is not her best performance, but I think recently, in recent memories, she hasn't been in a good film. You know, she's done Black Swan, V for Vendetta, and stuff like that. Let's not get into the prequels. But it's nice to know that she still has something in her. And in this, she's just all over this film, and she just does a great performance. Really stands out for me. All the rest of the cast, too, was great. I feel like, again, Alex Garland was able to kind of bring a little kind of not... he was able to make us care about these characters and not just have them as a throwaway, like, okay, they're just there to be part of this, you know, horror movie trope, you know. You're able to dive into these characters a little bit and kind of care for them as well. Especially Jennifer Jason's lead character, also Oscar Isaac was great as well. So yeah, all around the performances were great. Natalie Portman for me is the standout. She's never, you know, I don't want to say she's never been better, but she's in recent memory. So yeah, the visuals in this movie, I have to talk about them. It's just something that I'm still trying to process. It was beautiful. The cinematography in this was amazing. It's just some of the shots they were to get, some of the creature designs, and some of the designs of everything as well. It was just a unique movie in that sense, in those visuals, and again, something that would have been really hard to pull off, but I think Alex did a great job in that as well. The score as well, man, it was just haunting. It's still like I'm still playing it in my head. After the movie was over, I recorded a little bit of it. I was kind of texting back and forth with Zach Pope about it since we are gonna do the spoiler review. And yeah, it's just still staying with me. I think the composers are two that worked with Alex on Ex Machina, so they came back and worked with them as well. Again, and they just knocked it out of the park. It is one of my favorite scores this year. Obviously, I haven't really seen much, but yeah, to be honest, guys, and also the story of it, and kind of the twists and turns, and the kind of the, I don't want to say philosophy, the themes and the messages were really great as well. Kind of diving into the relationship of these characters and kind of playing that and using metaphors throughout the film, I believe so. But again, I have to see this movie again before diving too much into it. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's everything I enjoyed about the film, the performances. Also, you know what? Real quickly, I want to mention that there's a few scenes that, again, Alex Garland just knocks it out of the park because he's able to. It's just, you're not, for at least for me, I wasn't expecting this. Just a really horror intense moment. It's some of the best horror that I've seen in recent movies, and even some of the recent horror movies I've seen. I just literally had me at the edge of my seat. The whole movie was really tense as well when they, finally go into this thing that they're exploring and stuff. So that being said, I have to give Annihilation. Man, it's a tough one. I want to see it again before I finally score. Have an official score for it. But as for right now, I have to give it an 8 out of 10. I really like this movie. The atmosphere was able to bring and sort of this feeling you get, and kind of mysterious of what's going on in there. I love these type of movies that kind of make you go on this adventure, and so a sci-fi adventure as well, and sort of bring these tense moments when you least expect them, and accomplish that and make them work as well. Again, the performances were great. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a spoiler review, like I said, so I'm going to be able to hopefully see it again before then and kind of dive into more. So if you guys want to see more of my thoughts on the film, again, link to Zach's channel is going to be in the description down below. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of this film. If you guys seen it already, I know some of you guys saw early screenings as well. But whenever you guys get a chance to see it, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of the film. And yeah, guys, as always, if you guys want to follow me outside of YouTube, you guys can at The Real Talk, Talk with 2Ks on Instagram and Twitter. And you guys can also find me on Stardust, just at The Real Talk. And until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Later.